So there's many reasons why someone would buy a Boston Whaler. Like, let's face it, this brand is globally recognized, and you know, they're recognized for a reason. They build great boats. But I guess, why would you want to be buying this Boston Whaler? And I reckon it's just because you want more time on the water. You know, you've probably had an open boat, you've probably had a center console or a tinny, and you're looking for that next phase or that next stage, extended time on the water, maybe overnights, maybe some real fishing or other adventures, things like redundancy, twin engines, maybe better maintenance costs, outboards, and the layout that this boat gives you really does lend itself towards many different boating adventures, fishing being the obvious one, but there's a lot more, and let's talk about it. So actually, whilst I'm here, there's a reason why, you know, boats like that in the background, hopefully you can see that, tow boats like this as their tenders to the Whitsundays. It's because they can take it. You know, these things are built solid, they're built well, and they're built to last. Like a lot of American boats, I got to say, but the Bostons, they really do stand out amongst the pack. Anyway, my name's Dan Jones. Welcome to the Boat Brokerage, and yeah, today we're going to do a walkthrough. This is a beautiful Boston Whaler 315 Conquest. So come with me, and I guess I'll start at the transom like I normally do, and I'll just flip this thingamajiggy around so you can see what I'm seeing. So yeah, starting on the back of the boat, we've got twin Mercury Verado 250s. So we've done a test drive on that boat. You can subscribe and watch that video if you want to learn about the performance. But outboard redundancy, it needs no explanation these days. They're fantastic. And your other abilities to go in close to the beach and all that sort of stuff in shallow water and trim the things up are obviously there. On the port side of the boat, we got live well just here, boom boom. You've got your shore power connections just here. This is a US import, so it's the 110, but the boat has a generator, batteries and solar, so it's not really a requirement to change it over. You've got your rod holders here, here and here, and we're going to see a lot more of them as we walk our way through the boat. That's a town water connection. Not many people use that in Australia, but it's there. You've got your 3-step telescopic swim ladder just there. Stainless steel grab handle as you make your way into the boat, and we're going to see lots of stainless steel as we walk our way around. That's just a pull-out little swim shower just there after you've been for a swim. Rod holder, this is a fair lead going down to cleats because the cleats are mounted just down there. Drink holder, and let's just appreciate this cockpit area. I hope you can see all this, because how good is that? And I'll try and give you some perspective. This is huge. So yes, obviously this is great for fishing, but I can also see many other uses for a cockpit like this. You know, sitting up here, like lots of people like to do, on the gunnel, all your mates sitting around. Imagine how many people you can get sitting around here enjoying a day in the sun. I mean, that's awesome. You do have the comfortable seat option like here, little one here, little one there, and fit a few more people here. 2 to 3 people, but depending on their size. But when the action starts, you just flip this up, trying to do this one-handed, that just flips away, and hey presto. Do it again on this one, so flip that up, and boom. And the reason why that's easy is because it's top quality stainless steel gear that's going to last. It's going to last a long time, so that's just makes life a lot easier. When you're not fixing little things on boats, you're doing more boating. So that's what you want. So how do I do this with one hand? Got a little lock here. I'm going to try and, there you go. Pull that out. There's your prep station. And boom, boom, drawers just here. And then if I do that again, I can push that in with my bottom, and a couple more drawers. Here and here, all made out of good, solid, hard-wearing plastic. Your kill tanks are just going to be down here. So there's one on each side. That's got some fenders in it at the moment, but there is fender storage up on the bow. You've got big stainless steel cleats just here, just like we saw on the other side. And then, that's going to be American. There you go, that's access to your live well, sea cock just there. And in the middle of the boat, this is always important to see, there's your genset. So it's a Kohler genset. You got your battery, so your house and your start batteries just there. I can see the sounder just there for the instrumentation, and the fuel tank in the middle of the boat. So these boats, I mean, they all do. They have a very low center of gravity, so they're a solid thing. They sit well at rest, and they ride well for what is, you know, a pretty sizable boat when you think about it. So let's make our way in. Before we get in, we'll just point out a couple more things. Rod holders there and there. We've got our outriggers. They're extendable, just there and operated from the inside. VHF aerial, anchor light, another outrigger, and rod holders on the port side as well. And this is an extendable sunshade, manually operated by that winder wheel just there. As we enter the cockpit, we've got an outside fridge. So there is another one, and then we've got a sink with a pull-out shower, little tap thingamajiggy just there. That's a 12-volt socket just there. And this is just access to the fridge unit under here, but could be a little bit more storage if you want. One of the things I love about American boats is their captain's chairs. They do a good captain's chair, these Yanks. Look at that, stainless steel, really good nick. This is not a new boat, and look at the condition. This thing goes forward, back, and spins around. You really do feel like a bit of a boss when you're underway on this. But one of the other things worth noting is your visibility. So hopefully you can see that. I'm 5'7", but I got really good visibility. I don't have any blind spots from these pillars because they're not big enough to provide a hindrance to me. And you know, the bow raise on acceleration is moderate, so even from a seated position, this thing is really, really safe and comfortable. But the other thing worth noting, the design of these footrests, how good's that? So you've got an upper footrest and a lower footrest. So if you want to transition to the standing position, you can do the flip up bolster like so, and then you can stand up and just still be comfortable and increase your visibility. So that's super, super cool. Look, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on the Helm here because I already have in my test drive video. So if that interests you, subscribe and have a look at that. She's a 38 knot top speed, 28 knots cruising, and she goes good. But as we make our way through, this looks like glass probably on the video. It's not. That's actually a clear. So if you want fresh air, this section here, and the same on this side, this section here will actually zip out. So that's a high quality clear, which remains glass-like to look through. So these are really, really cool. You can't roll them up. What you actually do, you dismantle them with the zippers, and then they store in the roof just here. So there is 3 sections, boom, 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 which enclose the back of the cockpit area. So when you start the beginning of your day, you just unzip those and just store them up here. And then there's one wrap around, just blue material one that stops the UV going through the glass. So you take that off, undo those, you're ready to rock and roll for the day. So yeah, before we make our way around, we've got some speakers just there and there. That is an electric forward-facing ventilation hatch just there. The seating here, got to talk about that. That's really comfortable and a good layout. I'm just going to try and adjust this so you can see. So you can do this underway. So if you were, if you're doing a trip down the coast, for example, this is going to be really comfortable, or any trip, let's face it. Sitting like this, communicating with the driver. If you've got more people, you can sit like this. So, if your wife and kids want to just hang out, or husband and kids, however you roll, whoever drives, it's totally doable. This also disappears, and you can have a little lunch prep station that pulls out and goes like that. So that's a laptop spot if you want. It's an eating destination, so it's good sort of multi-function, sensible use of the space. So come with me, we'll go downstairs. I'm just trying to get this done before the sun goes behind that hill. Welcome below. Now, isn't this lovely? Beautiful big wraparound lounge here. So I'll try and give you some perspective, but here you go. that's that. So you will seat quite a number of people here. This also opens up like this, and it also drops down, and then this area can convert into a big bed, but you don't even need to, because there is another bed which I'll show you in a second. Before we get there, let's just work our way around. We've got 3 hooks there for your wet weather gear. We've got down lights on the roof, which are LED. Then we have reading lights, which are all individually operated. Then we've got the opening portholes on either side, 2 on port, 1 on starboard. We've got the deck hatch, that's an emergency exit, and a forward facing hatch to suck down some air. This area is air conditioned, and the other thing I like about it is it's very practical to maintain. You know, we just got this timber floor, we've got fiberglass, and we've got the nice sort of finishings, soft finishings, sort of where we need them to make the boat look and feel high quality, but nowhere else, so it's easy to maintain. So you got your rod holders just here, so you can store them down below. A neat and small galley just here, so with hot and cold water just there, and then you've got microwave, hot plate, and fridge number 2. TV just there, and storage underneath all of these as well. Now it is worth noting, that there is the upholstery is just failing on that little spot there, and you will also notice these cushions back here, they're shot, so they're all going to need to be 3 rectangular shaped ones. They're going to need to be recovered. It is what it is. It happens on a lot of these cushions with this fake leather stuff when they get to this age, so it wasn't possible for us to change it before summer because boating is so busy right now. Anyway, second bed, storage, and storage behind there, and as you can see, I've got some of my gear, but this bed is double, it's probably queen size. 2 adults would be very comfortable, and you could sit up in bed there. There is air conditioning down here, as I mentioned before. And before we head into the loo, how cool's that? Got a little sensible use of space there. That's the bin, removable. And here's the head. Okay, so we've got a little mirror there. I'm going to show you again for perspective. So I'm 5'7", I'm standing in the saloon, and this is me going through the door. So you just go up slightly, but I've probably got 4 inches of head height above me already. And then you've got little holders for the towels, the tap pulls out, hot and cold shower. You can mount it up here in shower mode, or you can have it down here. I'll get out of the way so you can have a better look at that. And then you've got access behind the helm, storage, vacuum flush toilet, holding tank obviously, stainless steel sink, and a nice little ledge there, and some ventilation. Another thing worth noting, this sensible little plastic design here just stops any water going into the saloon when you're having a shower. So small little things, but it makes a difference. Let's go around the foredeck. That's probably going to wrap us up. Before we get there, this is your battery operation switches just there. And making our way forward, midship cleats. So up here we can see the radar, the spotlight, the horn. That's the solar panel that just keeps this thing trickle charged and not requiring shore power. You know, obviously we have the gen set if you want to run any of your high power items, and it really is only a few house and start batteries, so not super necessary to change it over to 240 just for shore power. Making our way forward, we've got fender holders on either side. That's the deck hatch there, big windscreen wipers, a quick anchor windlass, access into your anchor locker. You can see it goes from chain to rope, and this is controllable from the bow and from the helm. Finally, you do see the rub rails on all these Bostons around the side, and just while we're here, just appreciate the quality of the fiberglass. You know, this is not a new boat, but she's still got shine. There's no stress fractures as I walk around the decks. It's just in good nick. So it's just testament to the build quality of these American boats. They build a good thing. Hopefully you can see all that. Anyway, I reckon that probably wraps us up. So I guess if you're that guy or girl looking to spend more time on the water, if you want that weather protection or that extended range or the redundancy of a couple of motors, and you see yourself in a bit of an American battle wagon, you know, globally recognized like this, give us a call. Follow the link in the description below. My name's Dan Jones. This has been The Boat Brokerage. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks.